Hello guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Festus and today I'm going to be sharing with you one trick that I used, and this trick helped me to pass my IELTS speaking exam. Remember, this is purely my personal experience. I know different people have different ways of achieving this, but I'm sharing from my personal experience, and I thought maybe this could help someone who is struggling with the IELTS speaking test. Remember, if you are coming to Australia for study or any other country, or you are coming a skilled worker, you still need to do and show your English proficiency. So initially I did IELTS and I got a band of 6, but I needed a higher band. So I tried to read from different books, different tricks, but I could not, get exactly what I needed to do to be able to achieve a very good score. So this trick I'm going to be sharing with you today, it's a trick that you will not get anywhere in the books, because most of the books will encourage you to, don't make grammatical errors, keep focus, keep calm. Yeah, those things are all good, but I maintained all those things, but I was still, running out of long answers for me to be able to convince the examiner that yes, I was able to communicate in English. And so if you are struggling with the speaking test, then this is the right a trick for you to be able to watch, and please go apply it, and come back and leave a comment here and tell me how it went. Before we possibly get into this trick, if you are new to this channel, I'm going to give you the structure of the IELTS speaking test. The IELTS speaking test is about 11 to 14 minutes. It has 3 parts: part 1, part 2, and part 3. And part 1 composed of very familiar topics like your home, your hobbies, your school, and that takes about 4 to 5 minutes. And then part 2, which takes about 3 to 4 minutes, you're given a topic by the examiner, and then you are given 1 minute to prepare what to talk about. And then after that, the examiner asks you about a few other questions. So you are supposed to maintain a speaking by yourself without the examiner interrupting, about 1 to 2 minutes. And then part 3, it's about 4 to 5 minutes, and it's more related to the topic in part 2. So the examiner will be asking more abstract questions related to the topic that you are given. Right, let's get back to the tricks that I used that helped me to achieve a good score. Remember, I was able to manage to get a band of 8 in speaking, and I actually did not struggle much to be able to get this band 8. Actually, if I had put little more effort, possibly I would have achieved 9, but story for another day. Right, if it's your first time here and you like this video, before we continue, just click that like button. Also subscribe if you have not subscribed. Support this channel to grow, because in that way you are helping me to grow and you are helping this channel to grow. And also please share with anyone you think you will be helped with this information. Now let's get back. The trick that I used for me to be able to achieve a higher score was to keep talking no matter the kind of topic or the question that the examiner asked me. What do I mean by this? The trick in IELTS speaking examination, remember, the examiner is assessing you on your ability to maintain conversation. So how are you going to maintain conversation? It's by talking. I understand you might receive or you might get a question that is not familiar, but there is a way you can keep talking around the subject and not keep quiet, because when you keep quiet, then that becomes the end of you, and you don't want the examiner to see that you are struggling to to communicate or to speak. So there's a very good trick of if you receive a topic possibly that you are not familiar with. For instance, if someone asks you what is your favorite football team and you have got no idea which team you support, or you have got no interest in sport, there's a way you can go around this question and still be able to do very well. For instance, assuming myself I do not know anything about football and the examiner asks me about what is your favorite football team, and I'm like, oh, my mind is going blank, what do I say? And then you start like stammering, and you think you're going to make a mistake if you say something different or something. That this is the trick. You don't know about the teams, keep talking. Remember, that is the trick. So you can say something like this one. Football is a great sport in my country. And when I was young, I used to watch the local football teams. But since then, I lost interest in football and I've got no much information about the football teams in my country, because I grew interest in a different field. But my friend keeps on talking about Arsenal, or you can say something like Manchester, which he talks about it every other day. So I think it's a great sporting activity, because my friend keeps on talking about it and always looks happy when he is describing his team. But as for me, I really don't have a team that I support, because I really don't support, I've got not that much interest when it comes to the football. In that way, you've got no idea about which team, about football that you support. You even have got no idea of the players, but you have not kept quiet. You have spoken something. So there's no wrong and right answer. Keep talking around the topic. Keep talking around the topic. When it comes to part 2, where you are given 1 minute to prepare, and then you speak between 1 to 2 minutes, it can be a bit frustrating, because you even don't know what to start talking about. The examiner might give you a card that says talk about a book that you read. What was it about? When did you read about it? Which people do you think will be interested in this kind of book, and why do you think they will be interested? So don't spend a lot of time trying to write. Just write key points. Just whatever comes in the mind, write that. For instance, assume there's no book that comes completely in your mind. Will you keep quiet? No. Talk about something. I read a book about entrepreneurship, or a book about leadership, and then talk about that. And you can talk about I read it. For instance, you can start like this one. I'm going to talk about a book that I recently read that had an impact in my life. And the book I'm going to talk about is about leadership. This book was written 2014, and the reason why I loved this book, because it introduced me to the aspects of leadership. And I think the people who will be interested in this kind of books are the people who are entering into leadership or management positions, because it teaches them on how to handle complex leadership issues. And the reason why I loved this book is blah blah blah. You see, in that way, you've maintained a conversation. You've not kept quiet. You've got no idea which book was this, but you've kept talking. So when you have got nothing to think about, whatever comes immediately, talk about that. Remember, the examiner is not looking about what you know, or what kind of information you read about the book, or what you know about the teams and the football teams, but he is looking, can you talk? So keep talking. talk about around the subject. If you have got nothing to say, like in part 3 where it's more of an abstract and the examiner wants you to give more of your opinion, if you have got no sure, keep talking about in my opinion, I think it is believed. For instance, the examiner might ask you, what do you think about the cybersecurity or about people using emails for communication? And possibly you have got not even that much experience in sending emails and stuff like that. You can say, in my opinion, I think it's a good thing because you don't have to deliver the letters physically. Keep thinking as you keep talking. Keep thinking as you keep talking. In my opinion, when you say that, you're buying a time to know what to speak next. When you say, it's believed by many people that by the time you finish that, you have already thought of what gonna talk about next. So keep talking around the subject, around the topic, but do not keep quiet. You better make grammatical errors when you are talking than just keeping quiet. So I hope this trick will help you. Please put it into practice. Try it, and then when you take your examination, if you are taking your examination, please come back and put a comment here and let's know how did it go, because for me it helped me. And remember, I said this is out of personal experience. I did not read this one anywhere in the books, but this is a trick that I used and it worked very, very well, and that's why I was able to achieve a band of 8 in IELTS speaking. So thank you very much. If you have come to this far, possibly you are still liking this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel and continue sharing with anyone you think it will be of importance too. And then I will see you next in my other video. So bye for now.